In this episode of Fictional Hangover, we talk about trying something different, like summoning a demon, discussing a Webtoon comic, and coming up with a business plan for Haunted Doll Moonshine whilst having no power. In our discussion of Love Advice from the Great Duke of Hell, episodes 1 through 8 by Unfins. I don't know. I don't even know, man.
This is the weirdest week
Hey,
ever.
it really is. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Fictional Hangover, a podcast about young adult and new adult, and sometimes other books, series, authors, voice actors, and illustrators as full spoilers. I'm Amanda, and I have no power in my house.
I'm Claire, and it's a gorgeous sunny day here. What the hell's going on? Well, today we're going to discuss Love Advice from the Great Duke of Hell, episodes 1 to 8 on Webtoon by Unfins. Um, yeah, I feel like we've been damned slash inflicted by some kind of demonic force, which is appropriate given the theme of the month is My Little Demon.
That's true. That's really true. So I guess I need to apologize to everyone for how this episode is going to sound and look if you're watching on Patreon. Um, I don't have my beautiful, good microphone. I'm upstairs in the only room of my house that has light. Um,
Your camera
I
goes
don't
off
know.
now and again
It's
periodically.
my camera goes off because my screen turns off. Let me see if I can make that stop.
In the meantime,
Uh,
I've got reaction things I can show people. Look,
yeah,
rockets.
good, good, yes.
Has nothing to do with
Oh,
anything.
no, I'm so sorry. I don't know why my camera keeps turning off.
We'll just roll with it.
This is horrible.
Let's just pretend everything is hunky dory. It's all gravy. We can
I
do
don't know.
this.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine because we have to have an episode out every week or I will have a heart attack and die. So,
Exactly.
where are we? Standard disclaimer, if you haven't read these episodes on Webtoons or the book because it exists as a book, please remember that Fictional Hangover is all about spoilers. If you haven't read or listened and don't want to be spoiled, stop listening to us and go read the book or check out Webtoon, then come back. If you haven't done this but want to pretend that you have, or if you don't care about spoilers, or if you just like this show so much that you're willing to put up with what's happening right now, then listen up.
I'm gonna say this is the probably the best week that this could have happened in. It's better to have happened this week than in a week when we're doing actual book club or something like that.
Yeah,
This,
that
this
would have been really bad.
This was planned to be a short and snappy episode anyway, so
Yeah.
it's just got extra
So,
snap to it.
yes, yeah, it does. I don't know. I'm sorry, everyone.
I'm sorry for continually playing with all of these emojis. I'm not really.
I mean, I like it. I like that you are on fire. And I don't
This
even know if my
girl is
camera
on
is going.
fire.
My phone says my camera is
Yeah,
going,
we
but
can
I
see
don't
you.
know. Okay, great.
We can see. You are looking
Smash
hot.
it. Yeah, especially since I don't have power. But we should get going because I don't know how long my battery's gonna last.
Right, okay, so background information, go.
But, okay, I read on Reddit that this story was optioned for a live action creation. But then also while I was on Reddit looking for background information, I read that Unfins has a story called Vampire Family that I then started reading on Webtoon, and then I forgot to go back and look for more details because of vampires. So that's all I've got. I don't know if anything's going to come of it, but it's been optioned, so that's fun. But also vampires,
All vampires all the time. Cool.
all vampires all the time. So we can save that for a future vampire book club episode, maybe.
Yes,
I really
yes.
enjoyed what I read so far, by the way.
I may have I only put Webtoon back onto my phone to do this because I mean this is partly my initial thoughts. So we had access to volume one of um Love Advice from Great Duke of Hell on
Hmm.
NetGalley because of
Hmm.
we were sent it for the new and indie spotlight and we were like, yeah,
Hmm.
this is amazing. So
Uh-huh.
on episode 307, Heartstoppers Volume 5 with the fair Patreon superfan member Drew,
Uh-huh.
it was our new and indie spotlight. And we loved it so much,
Yes.
we created an entire book club theme about it. Roll into
Uh-huh.
2025. We no longer have access to that book, nor is that
Yes.
book on the libraries. So our workaround is to do episodes 1 to 8, which are free, and none of this daily token nonsense that Webtoon do. I don't know. It's changed since I was reading Lore Olympus. Um, so yeah, that's my partial background information slash initial thoughts. We kind of had to do the one
Yes.
that we created an entire theme about.
Yeah, yeah. My initial thought was that it is interesting that we're going to make something on Webtoon, which we have not ever really done before. And this is my first experience really using it or reading on it. So that was fun. And that we didn't just choose something else when this was unavailable to us to read as a book. But it's fine.
We'd
And we
committed
do, we should be committed. And
for more than one reason.
we gotta try new things sometimes.
Well, we'd committed to it. We'd created an entire theme about it, and we had access to the first 8 episodes, which everybody else does. And to be
Right,
fair, one of our requirements is that as many people have access to the books that we cover as possible, which is why we tend to do library books. This
right,
one isn't in the library, but
right.
Webtoons episodes 1 to 8 is completely free, and everybody
Yes,
can access
yes,
that.
yes,
So it still fits
yeah.
our remit. I'm not going to say we're going
That's
to do it
true.
again,
That's true.
but we can do a one-off
Right.
experiment.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Right, let's dive into this
So
summary while you've still
should
got some power.
just yes, indeed. Okay, episode one. In the bookstore, Paul buys a book with a red cover and a pentagram on the front and heads home. I would buy this book immediately.
Totally.
His purchase is seen by his little sister, who thinks that Paul's behavior has been strange recently, as it seems Paul is a regular at this bookstore, which again, I don't know what is wrong with that.
She's a social media
I don't,
person. She's a doom scroller.
she doesn't understand. Easily distracted by the latest viral social media optical illusion, Paul's little sister goes to ask Paul what color he thinks the dress is. An amazing panel, by the way. She does not get an answer.
No, because Paul is in his room doing some sort of ritual. His eyes are dark and his pupils are dilated. His right hand is outstretched and he's speaking Latin from the book he just bought. Normal teenage behavior. In front of him, rising out of a crowd of screaming souls, is a tall, dark creature. From the neck down, they look black and are draped in a black toga. Their face is bleached white skull with razor-sharp teeth and two black horns protruding from their forehead. Paul's little sister backs out of the room, closing the door behind her. Everyone, Amanda has entered the comic.
Yeah, amazing. Episode 2. The ritual book lies face down on the ground. The demon is laughing, impressed by the little human who summoned him, for he is Astaroth of the 23 great dukes of hell. As per the ritual's contract, Astaroth will let Paul borrow an ounce of his power for 6 days at the low, low cost of his soul. What do you see?
Well, Paul looks a little embarrassed as he explains. You see, there's a girl. He has no experience with this kind of stuff. So Paul asks Astaroth, if you know you don't mind, can you talk to the girl and find out if she likes him? What?
Huh? Honestly, it seems like a waste. I'm just going to say it seems like a waste. Episode 3. Sitting at the outside tables at the Holy Cafe, a bespectacled man is served his coffee, and he'd like some cake, too. His server is Elena, the girl Paul wants Astaroth to talk to. Paul and Astaroth are watching her from across the street. It is a lot creepy.
Oh, hell yeah. They've
Don't
got
do that.
binoculars and everything. Astaroth is confused. He doesn't think Paul really gets it. Like, he's a great Duke of Hell. He rules over a legion of bloodthirsty demons. He could turn the city to ashes. There is endless power at Paul's disposal, but he wants to use it to chase a girl?
Hmm.
Basically, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Across the street,
Yeah.
some man is flirting with Elena. Devastating. Devastating.
Oh, horrible. Episode 4. Flirty man is minding his own business on the train, listening to music. He gets off at his stop and continues his journey. Hands reach through the pavement and grab Flirty Man. More and more hands emerge, latching on to Flirty Man, covering him and dragging him down.
The hands let Flirty Man go in front of Paul, who was sitting on a throne-like chair. His eyes are dark when he has cast the ritual to summon Astaroth. He is unamused at his guest. What in the actual fuck has just happened? A question we're all asking ourselves. Most of all,
Indeed.
Flirty Man.
Yes. Episode 5. Paul tells Flirty Man he is in limbo because he died. Now, in order to save his soul, Flirty Man must confess. Huh? Paul holds up a picture of Elena and demands to know their relationship. Flirty Man says they're friends? Paul's face twists and he looks like Astaroth as he demands if they are intimate friends.
Do we know each other biblically? Flirty Man insists to just work together. Paul goes back to normal, tells Flirty Man it's just a prank, and everything's cool. It's all cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Now, please leave my bedroom. But outside, Flirty Man looks to the sky. He asks again, as do we. What the actual fuck?
I'm glad that he just like pulls the curtain away and he's like, "No, you're not in limbo. You're just in my bedroom. Get out." Curtain. Episode 6. Paul comes out of his room feeling all chipper to find Astaroth holding his unconscious little sister. It's not what it looks like, I swear. Paul calls 911 to report a demon assault, while Astaroth insists she only fainted when she saw him. Oh, okay, yeah. Astaroth does have a unique face. With a sigh, Paul warns Astaroth to be more careful as he uses the many hands trick to take his sister to bed. That just seems really nice to me. I don't know. He's
Yeah,
friendly.
it's just nice.
You can't help it that he has a skull face.
No, I mean he's a gentleman. It's quite handsome, really, in a sharp,
Yeah,
well chiseled,
yeah, very well
sharp,
chiseled
spiky. Yeah,
because those cheekbones are full on display.
those cheekbones for days.
Yes.
Astaroth looks at the trick, potentially quizzically. You can't really tell. It's difficult to say. I mean, he's a skull, and they're not known for being massively emotive.
But the cheekbones,
But
the
the cheekbone,
cheekbone.
but the cheekbones. Paul learned some neat tricks while looking for the summoning ritual, and I don't know about you, but I appreciate the research that is taken, and
Yes,
shows
definitely.
off what he's learned. Paul points to a skyscraper, raises his hand in a peace sign, and his hand explodes from the top of the building, fingers in a V. Astroth, possibly perturbed again, skull with cheekbones for days, is perturbed or potentially confused. It's difficult to say.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say.
Episode 7. A large, overly compensating banner with a cross-hilt sword surrounded by olive branches is the only decoration on the walls of a nondescript room. A man sits behind a large, overly compensating desk facing three people in suits and sunglasses. They must be compensating for something too. Desk man addresses the three suits, pointing out the large fucking hand on the roof of their building. It's clear to him that this is a direct attack from the Sons of Baphomet, a demon worshipping cult with a combined following strong enough to perform such a childish spell. Deskman insists that they, the Holy Order, are the only ones who can fight this evil and save the world from the clear and present evil.
Yeah, peace. Suit number one, Smith, feels they have more pressing matters to discuss, such as who the best Powerpuff Girl is. Suit number two is affronted at Smith's audacity. They already know which Powerpuff Girl is the best. Smith agrees. It is Buttercup. That's the green one, if like me you didn't know. Suit
Me
number
neither. I
three,
didn't know
I
either.
had to Google.
I had no idea.
Suit number three, Igor begs to differ. It's clearly Bubbles, the blue one. The conversation degenerates into name calling between Smith and Igor. Suit number two pipes up and corrects them both. It's Mojo Jojo. I will point out I did know who Mojo Jojo was. Desk man has his head in his hands, possibly reassessing his life choices.
Episode 8. The Powerpuff Girl argument continues, and very valid points are being made, but it's a sensitive subject, and Igor's fists start flying at Smith, who dodges out of the way. Smith and Igor both shout at suit number 2 to shut up about Mojo Jojo.
Outside the nondescript room with an overly compensating banner and desk, Deskman pulls out his flip phone, muttering about morons while he scrolls through his contact list. We've all been there. Thankfully, he has Agent Moore, who he has reached out to. He will come by the following day with the details. Elena hangs up the phone and then puts on her apron for her shift.
Yes.
End of episode 8. Oh,
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 oh, oh,
cliffhanger.
cliffhanger. Oh, what a tease.
Yeah. Wow.
There may be a trailer here, there may not be a trailer here for other podcasts. Who can
Who
say?
knows?
It
Who
really
knows?
depends on
It
life,
really depends on if I ever get power back.
life and power,
Yeah, it's hard to say.
mystical,
Surely I will,
magical.
though. Come on. Come on.
Come on, you could do it! You could do it, electricity! Ah, standout moments.
I absolutely love the illustration style. Like,
Yes,
that's really all I have to say. I love it so much.
it's so
It's,
clean.
but it's weird as fuck. And I love
Yes.
it.
It's almost just like a pencil line drawings, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I really like the
It's,
way that Astroth was like surrounded by all those screaming souls as he was being, you know,
yes.
brought from hell.
Yeah. I love him. I love his chiseled cheekbones.
Both.
Because he is literally just a skull. So obviously his cheekbones are going to be on display.
Yes, yes. The fact that he is just skull and cheekbones and darkness, he's so expressive. Like
He really is.
the what the fuck face is absolute perfection.
Yes.
It it's just yeah. For such a simplistic style, it really, really works.
Yes. Yes, definitely. I was really worried before we started recording and you announced that you did not watch Powerpuff Girls, I was really worried that you were gonna like start talking about the Powerpuff Girls in great detail, and then I was just gonna be like, I don't know. I
I
didn't watch
don't
it. I
know.
don't know.
No,
I'm
no, never
sorry. I
seen
don't
them.
know.
No, no.
So that makes me feel better.
The only reason I know who Mojo Jojo is because I have a friend called Joanne and we call her on the odd occasion Mojo Jojo.
Yeah, see, no, I don't know. I don't know
That
who Mojo
that is
Jojo is. It's
literally it.
there
I know there's three Powerpuff Girls and I
uh-huh.
know there's a green one, a blue one, and
A pink
another
one,
one.
right?
Is it
I think it's
pink?
pink.
Is it pink? And
I
the only reason I
think.
know there's a Buttercup and I had to put in a literally
Bubbles.
Bubbles is so Buttercup's the green one, Bubbles is the blue one.
Uh-huh.
What are the Powerpuff?
Is Mojo Jojo some sort of monkey?
Yes, it's a monkey with a
Oh,
white turban and
okay, good.
um shoulder pads for days and a cape.
Okay. All
Y-
right, I can get with that.
You would appreciate Mojo Jojo.
Yeah.
Blossom, it's a red one.
Red. Okay, she's red. She's not pink.
Just yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
No, neither did I. Have absolutely zero interest in it if I am 100%, which is why I'm like so confused over the devotion.
I
Like,
don't know.
does Powerpuff Girls incite such love? I mean,
I don't know.
I know there's a fan base for them, and there was supposed to be a live action, and the only reason I know that was because it went on social media that it was made, and then it got dropped, and then bits got leaked, and everybody's like, "This is the best thing ever," and I'm like, Okay, that's nice, but
Yeah.
no." And the fact that it went on for so freaking long. It hit that
Yeah.
the whole panels like it was like what 2 episodes. It was totally about the Powerpuff
Yeah.
Girls, and
I
it hit that Monty Python-esque Blackadder, a very British humor where it goes
yeah.
on just that shade too long, and you're like,
It's
this is
too
getting a
long.
little
Yeah.
awkward, but then actually it hits, and you're like, yeah, actually that's really quite funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I did appreciate that. Although I was completely lost, but I did appreciate that it went on for so long. I also I also appreciate the social media post at the beginning with the dress from
I
when was
remember
that?
it, but I
2020, 2019? I feel like it was a long time ago. Or was it even longer ago than that?
possibly I never even saw I never saw the dress. I was like totally unbothered.
Maybe it was even longer ago than that. Maybe I feel like it might have happened while I was living in Florida, which was a really long time ago. But I can't do research right now because I'm very limited in my devices.
I can't. I mean, I don't know. It was one of the. I could look it up, but that would require me using Google and fingers. Um,
I mean,
I'm
I'm curious, and I kind of wish that you would. Normally,
go on.
you do this while
When
we have our
did the
conversations.
viral dress happen? Viral dress? Viral
I mean,
color
I
changing
guess.
dress. Color
Sure.
changing dress happen.
How long ago was it?
Oh,
It was a
be
long time
prepared
ago.
to vomit.
It was a long time ago. What was it?
2020,
2015?
2015.
Yeah, damn.
The viral dress that sparked a massive online debate of its colour was it blue and black versus white and gold, went viral on February 26th, 2015.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Jeez.
So the problem I'm looking at is they've got literally a white and gold and a blue and black version right next to each other. So
Oh, so you can't experience it.
no. But actually somebody has put a picture of it and somebody wearing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's half in the sun, half in the shade. And the bits in
Uh-huh.
the shade do look blue black, and the bit in the sun does look white gold. It's very strange.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and that's as much as I care. Oh,
Yeah.
there is a
Okay.
newspaper article in the New York Times which is the science behind it. So that could be interesting if somebody's bothered by it. I'll put it with the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it when it happened, apparently 10 years ago, which I just threw up in my mouth.
Time is
10 years
inconsequential.
ago. Fucking
Time is
Christ.
meaningless.
Yeah.
Time is
Yep.
meaningless.
Yep.
I,
Did
I,
you have a favorite character? Should we move
well, I'm just
on?
gonna say the worst in the first 8 episodes. There was two good twists. The first being that Paul actually has demonic power,
Yes.
air quote demonic power, and that
Uh-huh.
Elena, I mean, you should have guessed it from working at the Holy Cafe, is
Right.
a Holy Order agent.
Yes.
So for
I
two good twists,
appreciated that.
yeah.
Yeah. I also like that Paul has powers from reading.
Oh,
I've read a lot of books
I've read a lot of
and then
books and
a
have
few
not
side.
got demonic powers, which
I
I feel
know.
cheated
We're
at.
not we're clearly not reading the right books.
Well, I'm going to demand the library get some new stuff. Well, can try.
Don't don't demand things of the library right now.
I
We're
will
doing the
demand things
best
of
we
the
can.
internet.
Yeah, that might be better. Um, did did you have a favorite character?
Probably Astaroth. But I can see myself if I read further in getting it behind Lena.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Astaroth so far, obviously, because obviously. But I've seen other characters on Reddit, and there is a character that I believe is like has a fish for a head. So I'm really excited to see the rest of this story
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure that it might have been a full fish as a head, but like wearing a business suit. And I don't know, but I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm
So for
invested.
right now, I'm gonna say Astaroth, but I need to read more.
Yeah, I'm invested. I think the
Right.
first 8 episodes have given me a good taste and I want to find out a bit more. And the
Yeah.
first volume is like 45, the first 45 episodes or something like that.
Yeah.
And Webtoons is confusing in the way it works now with having to get passes and such
Yeah,
nonsense. So
I'm not sure about that. So I'm just gonna see what I can do to influence the library to purchase a digital copy of it so
yeah,
we can all read it together using the power of the library. But also, I mean, I might actually just go out and buy a physical copy of this because I like the first 8 episodes.
yeah. After reading the first 8, like I say, I'm invested, and if I could get a decent price, and I think it's not too expensive.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I would happily read the rest.
Yeah. All right. Um,
Did anything
what
surprise
else?
you? I mean, it was only 8 episodes. Could anything surprise you?
Really, I guess the fact that we're just discussing something in such a way, it feels weird to me that
It
it's
is a little
not.
weird. It's a workaround.
It is. But you know what? The fact that we were able to do it means that if we ever have an emergency and we need to pull an episode out of our asses,
Oh,
we can do it this way.
this is not the first time we've pulled an episode out of our ass.
That's
And it
true.
will
That
not be
is
the last
true.
time we pulled an episode out of
Definitely
our
not.
ass.
Yes.
It's amazing what miracles can happen offline.
Yeah. Yeah. So we can do anything we put
We
our minds
can.
to.
We can. If anybody else has any other webtoon that they think it could be interesting to cover and to do the taster of, I think it'll be interesting as well.
Yeah. Maybe we could investigate bringing back a live episode if we all read on
Ooh.
Webtoons.
Ooh.
Maybe, I don't know. Because
Mm.
we haven't done a live episode in a long time.
Mm. Was Halloween
We got to
last?
get
Christmas.
Um, we also had our episode 300
Yeah, we've
where
got 350 coming up.
we do have 350 coming up. Maybe we should try it again. Who knows?
Maybe we could ask our superfan Patreons to all suggest one single book, and then we could pick
Yeah.
one from amongst it.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I kind of liked when we had us all on too. So maybe we just invite everybody back on
Yeah,
again.
let's do it.
It's a good idea.
It is. It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
My surprise, by the way, is that Powerpuff Girls incite such devotion that it takes up two whole episodes of a webtoon
Yes.
in
Yes.
such early stage of production.
Yeah. I just feel like it's purposefully like why Powerpuff Girls?
Why Powerpuff
Because
Girls?
because because why not?
Because why
I don't know.
not?
I don't know. Did you have a favorite final thought quote in these, 2.5 pages of episodes?
I'll give you a couple.
Hey.
This is not what it looks like. Shifty, 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 shifty. And this one, which is probably something I say more often than I probably should. Heretics! Heretics everywhere! It's amazing how often I do actually call people heretics. So,
That is fantastic.
what about you?
Uh, so tell me, human, what do you seek in this rotten world of yours? Like, oh, he's just so delicious. And then my second favorite one, and like I had to double check this several times while reading it and then looking at notes and then going back. Okay, what the fuck did just happen? I love the way that it's written. What the fuck did just happen? And it's not a question, it is a statement. And
Oh,
the
yeah.
wording is bonkers, and fuck has like 87 U's, and I love it. What the fuck did just happen?
Yeah.
And now I want to say that all the time.
I think given current circumstances, you are very much allowed.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Do I need to check? Do I need to pause and check YouTube to
No, it
see
was
if we have
zero.
any?
It was
Yeah, but
zero.
that's what you said last time too. And there were, remember when we got into the fight about tea? We got into the fist fight about hot tea and iced tea.
Still need to come with somebody for that one. Yeah.
You said that it was zero. So I'm gonna look, and I don't know what's gonna happen with my camera. I don't know if it's gonna go away. I don't know what's gonna
I will
happen, but
go
I'm
and
gonna
have a
see if I
look.
can check.
I will check again.
Yeah, but I checked as well, and you said it didn't have any, and I could see votes. So I'm just also looking.
Zero votes. Do, do, do.
Okay, yep, I also have zero votes. Who knows? I can't keep up with these things. I don't know how things work. Anyway, it's time for pew pew
Technology. Pew, 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 pew.
pew.
We'll summon it demonically. We asked on social media, would you rather doom scroll social media or summon a great duke from hell? On Facebook, 80% are summoning a great duke of hell. And on Instagram, 67% are summoning the Great Duke from Hell. And YouTube doesn't want to play this week. We have comments. Katrina on Facebook said, I do like to doom scroll, and summoning a demon seems like a lot of effort.
Emily on Facebook says summoning the Great Duke of Hell is more active than doom scrolling. You get more done.
Headseller on Thread says, I know which is going to degrade my soul more, so I'll stick with summoning my demon friends. I do scroll most days, so I know how bad it is for me. At least getting a great duke on, I might have a happy fun time before he breaks the summoning circle and drags me off to the realm of eternal torment. Are we not in the realm of eternal torment at times?
I'm pretty sure we currently are.
Yeah.
Like, I am scared to see it get worse.
Yeah.
Finally, Coral on Facebook says, okay, it gets old to doom scroll, so let's try something new and summon a demon. Why not? Plus, you can let the demon do the scrolling for you.
Just summarize this
Yeah,
Astaroth for me, please. And he
yeah,
just turns around and goes, it's all gone to shit.
yep,
Fair, fair.
shrug.
I'm summoning Astaroth. I'm summoning a great demon. Why the hell not?
Yeah, why not? Literally, why not? Because how how could it possibly be worse?
Doom scrolling right now, it's like it's why I started hating social media back in 2016 for about a 4 year period as well. You know,
Yep,
we had a little bit of brightness there where it was all book talk and board games and cheese and restaurants and look what I've made today, and it was all nice and it was starting to get a bit better. Now it's gone back to shit again. And
yes,
quite honestly, I can't be dealing with that. So if I can give a great Duke of Hell that job and they can just give me the cliff notes and it's all gone to shit.
yeah,
So don't
yeah.
even do that anymore.
I think that doom scrolling sucks your soul away.
Oh hell yeah.
And I mean, probably a demon would too, but you might get more out of it
I mean, exactly. I
when the
think
demon sucks your soul away. At least in this instance, Astaroth is giving you a tiny morsel of his power for a little while before stealing your soul. So, I mean, you could at least fuck some shit up while you have that power for a few days rather
it's
than just
proactive.
slowly draining your life away.
Exactly. You're being proactive summoning a greater demon. And to be
Yeah.
honest, I can do a lot of good if I had a greater demon right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't say what you have to do with his power. He doesn't tell you, okay, well, if you use my power, then you have to do crazy, evil, demonic things. He's
No, I
just
mean
like, hey, here you go.
you said you could burn the city to ash. You could burn the city
You
to ash.
could do
Exactly.
that.
Exactly. I
You
could
don't
burn
have
somebody
to.
else to ash instead.
Yeah.
Limitless. Limitless.
Yeah.
And then you just go
Next
down to
question.
hell and you're like, well, look
This
around
is better.
Astaroth. It would be better. Consistent temperature, you know?
Yeah, that's
What's the
nice.
Wi-Fi code? Wow, you've got a great signal down here.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me hell does not
Fantastic.
have a good signal
Of course it does.
and power and Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's got the best coffee and music.
Yeah.
I'm not
Rock
seeing a
and roll,
downside here. Yes.
booze, drugs. Come
Yes.
on.
I'm just not seeing a
I don't,
downside.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not really into those things, but I mean, I could be persuaded.
I think you could be persuaded in the current conditions of the world right now.
Yes.
If we're
Yeah.
not all raging alcoholics by 2028, it'll be a damn surprise.
Yeah.
Do you know what, everybody?
Well, see, the thing is,
Just get
the thing, we're
therapy.
not,
Get therapy. Or
yeah. I
either
was
you've
going to
got
say,
two
because
options. Don't fall down a dark hole, ask for help, get therapy, and or summon an actual demon. Those are your two options. Therapy or demon.
yeah, yeah, I was going to say that we're not going to be able to afford to purchase any alcohol on account of all the tariffs. So, I mean,
It's
I
gonna be
guess we're just going to have to
moonshine,
start making
baby.
moonshine again.
Moonshine. Get your bathtub out. Into the
Gotta
woods.
make some moonshine. Yeah.
It's if you're not making moonshine
Hey,
in the
I live in the
bathtub, you're not doing
woods.
it. Exactly, exactly. You've got perfect moonshine woods, and you could be haunted doll
You're right. I
moonshine.
do. Yes, and I will be.
There we are.
Done. All right. Next question. Now
Yes,
I need to make a logo for it and put it on a t-shirt and then
yes.
sell the t-shirt
I want
in my shop
haunted.
on
I
Fictional
wanted.
Hangover.
I need haunted doll moonshine.
Haunted Doll Moonshine.
Yeah,
Don't let me forget.
yeah.
All right. Next question.
Yes.
Let's see. Would you rather use Astaroth to have awkward conversations for you or turn the city to ash?
Both. Um, I really feel like both. I get social anxiety and talk too much and word vomit and reveal too much. Um, so I kind of want to have the awkward conversation, but turn the city to ash. It's not a city I want to be turned to ash, it's individual people and or businesses. I want to be really selective about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you so or
If I could,
maybe you could use the awkward conversation power to have an awkward conversation with someone that you want to, turn to ash. And maybe Astaroth would get so angry in having that conversation for you that he would then burn the subject of that conversation to ash.
that's true. I'm actually gonna, I'm gonna, okay, Lord and Master of all that survey, this is my would you rather answer. I am going to
Yes.
use Astaroth to turn the city into ash, but I'm going to be very selective about A, the city, and B, what in the city is being turned to ash, and hopefully have the people that I want to be turned to ash in the buildings as they turn to ash.
Yeah, maybe we should pinpoint a couple of cities that we know that this person likes to frequent.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll join you in that.
Cool.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Built this city. We built this city. Down,
Next
down.
question.
We built this city with Astaroth. Right, sorry. Next question. Would you rather sell your soul to the Great Duke of Hell or concede an argument?
I'm going to concede an argument. I know. I know no one expected that of me, but yeah, I'm going to do it. I don't want to sell my soul to the Great Duke of Hell. I just want to be friends with him.
Yeah. I mean, if you summon the Great Duke of Hell and say, dude, I just want to hang, what do you fancy doing?
Yeah.
Would
Because
he be
like, I
like,
mean, do you get to come up here often? Like, I mean, does it have to be a request for you to come up here? If so, like, let's go get a pizza
yeah,
because I'm inviting you to be with me at this time. So let's just go eat a pizza. You don't have to do any hard work. Just go have a good time.
I bet Astaroth would appreciate pen pal.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'll concede an argument. I just want to be friends with Astaroth. He seems cool. He seems
Right.
chill. He
Yeah.
seems, he can, like I say, he can burn cities to ash, but he seems quite chill.
Yeah. Um, okay, next question. Would you rather independently learn demon summoning or join a demon worshipping cult?
I don't need to join any cult. There's far too many cults in the world, so I'm gonna just independently learn some demon summoning.
So many cults. One really, really big one.
Oh my God, and it's pathetic.
Yeah,
It's sad and full of
it's sad.
stupid. I can't abide
Yeah.
stupid. Naive is fine. Stupid pisses me
Mhm.
off, and it's full of stupid.
Willfully ignorant is the worst. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck the
Yep.
cult, burn the cult. Let's do
Yeah.
some independent learning, some demon summoning. We'll go to a bookstore. We'll
Yeah.
we'll start a book club.
Yeah. What we already have.
Well, is it a demon learning summoning book club?
It could be.
That
There's
we'll
nothing
we'll
stopping us.
we'll put a pin in that for 2026. I think, with having book club and the Fictional Hangover
Right.
annotated book club,
Yeah,
we're
we've
quite full at the moment.
yeah, we've got our book clubs scheduled for the moment. So,
Yeah, yeah, we'll schedule that one in for 2026. So, join
yeah,
Fictional
sure.
Hangover and summoning some demons in 2026.
Demons.
We might need to bring it a bit
Yeah.
forward depending on what's going on in the world, but we'll cross that bridge.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
When you've got power,
We
we'll
will.
cross that bridge.
Thank you. Yeah. I have to do some research and I need power to do that.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Okay, last question. Would you rather summon a greater demon to do your bidding or have your own demonic powers?
Oh, obviously, I would like my own demonic powers.
Definitely. Because I'm thinking if we have our own demonic powers, then we can get Astaroth to be our BFF.
Right. And like we were saying earlier, just because we have demonic powers, it doesn't mean we have to do demonic things with them.
Exactly.
We can do good things with our horrible, hellish, terrifying powers.
As long as they come with horns and cheekbones for days.
Right? Yeah. That's all we need.
Cool.
Cool. All right. Let's just move on. If you
Yeah.
liked this, try this. What do you suggest?
I'm going to suggest another webtoon slash
A public is,
it's in
no,
the
it's public.
public. It's publicked. Comic, which we have covered, and it's Laura Olympus by Rachel Smith. We covered on episode 172 with Patreon member and superfan Constance.
Was it that long ago?
Oh, yes.
Jeez,
And
time.
it's on like volume 8 or something like I can't remember. It's on, I do have the collected versions on my bookshelf. And the first volume is collected episodes 1 of 25 on the Webtoon. Which under the same rules of Love Advice, first what feel free, then there's some kind of daily thing. I don't know anymore. Um, Either go to episode 172 and listen to us, or hear the summary now. Scandalous gossip, wild parties, and forbidden love. Witness what the gods do after dark in the stylish and contemporary reimagining of one of mythology's best known stories. Persephone, young goddess of spring, is new to Olympus. Her mother, Demeter, has raised her in the mortal realm, but after Persephone promises to train as a sacred virgin, she's allowed to live in the fast moving, glamorous world of the gods. When her roommate, Artemis, takes her to a party, an entire life changes. She ends up meeting Hades and feels an immediate spark with a charming yet misunderstood ruler of the underworld. Now, Persephone must navigate the confusing politics and relationships that rule Olympus while also figuring out her own place and her power. There are lots of trigger warnings in Law Olympus for abuse and sexual abuse and drugs and
Yeah,
other dickish moves by mostly Apollo and Zeus. Mainly Apollo because he's
yeah.
a dick. So check those out before venturing into it. But it is really good and it's very stylish. What do you got?
Okay, so does everyone remember like 30 minutes ago or whenever we started this episode and I was talking about the background info and that I got lost and started reading Vampire Family by
Yes.
Unfins? Yes, so that's what I'm going to suggest, Vampire Family on Webtoon because apparently we're doing Webtoon now sometimes. As a family of vampires, the Dragomirs have long stayed hidden away from humans, but middle child Natalia longs for one thing: friends. She's convinced her family to let her go to school and has chosen her seat neighbor, Evangelo, to be her first friend. But he's not your typical student either. Ooh, what is he?
Ooh. I'm hoping it's a vampire.
Uh, no. Well, he
Oh,
might be. It's possible that he might be a vampire, but he is definitely a vampire hunter.
oh,
You
oh,
can read that in the first. You get that from the very first episode. I'm not
oh,
spoiling things.
oh, okay. Do we
Yeah,
have a new
but he
indie
could be
spotlight
a
this
vampire
week?
hunter.
Could be a vampire hunter, which is what I'm hoping for.
That's our dream. That's our dream come true. Yes, we do have a new and indie spotlight this week,
Cool.
and this one we talked about it a little bit in our new and indie spotlight that we just recently had. We already talked about this one a little bit. It's called The Never List by Jade Presley. But I wanted to go ahead and share it again because as of episode release, this book just came out yesterday. And so I feel like we should talk about it and it should we should get it out there in the world. However, there aren't really any tenuous links. with our episode this time. So this one, I'm just sharing it to share it. So, as I said, it's called The Never List by Jade Presley. The four princes of Lumethist need a mate, and everyone wants a chance except for her. Threatened by invaders, the kingdom of Lumethist is on the verge of chaos, and no one can stop it, unless the four immortal god princes find their fated mate and safeguard the throne. Lumethist will fall. 5 women have tried, 5 have failed, and tonight in the royal city, the princess need to find their chosen and hope she can survive the transformation that will make her immortal. Only Riley Gray wasn't supposed to be here. She snuck in for her own dark reasons, and now they claim they've found her their perfect match. Of course, they have no idea she's concealing a secret big enough to damn them all. The four princes have no choice. They'll use every delectably wicked skill they have to make Riley fall for all of them, or watch their kingdom collapse.
Ooh.
So this one is extra sexy and extra spicy. And I guess you could say there are some hashtag tenuous links with them being immortal, and who knows what they actually are right now, because this is all the information that we have. But this one is very spicy. So everyone either really enjoy that or be on the lookout.
Cool. 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 Very nice.
All right. That brings us to the end of this very weird episode of Fictional Hangover. I'm Amanda.
I'm Claire.
Join us next time as we discuss Baby Teeth by Zoya Stage. Look out for our Would You Rather polls and monthly challenges on social media. Don't forget about our book club on Discord. Be sure to visit our shop on Redbubble at fictionalhangover.redbubble.com for all your favorite Fictional Hangover themed merchandise, and become a patron of ours on Patreon at patreon.com/fictionalhangover. Until next time, remember, the only cure for a fictional hangover is another book.
You can find us at fictionalhangover.com and follow us on all social media at Fictional Hangover. If you like this episode, check out our others and be sure to rate, review and subscribe so you don't miss out. Thanks for listening.